Hello. We're playing the beta of Midboss because it looks kinda cool. I really quite like the premise of this game. And I want to show it to people because it's fun. So here we go. Starting off a new game. I played it a little bit already because I just wanted to try it out, see what it was like. And as I said, it's pretty neat. We're an imp. We're this little guy over here. We can sort of hop a bop around like this. But we also have the ability to bop into this rat. If we so desire, that rat will eventually die if we keep doing that, and the rat won't be very happy about it. But the interesting thing about this game is these two skills at the top of the screen. One is possess, the other is depossess. We can't currently do depossess because we're not possessing anything. But if we do possess, we can prepare a target creature for possession when it is killed. So we're just going to do that real quick. And now we're going to try to kill this little dude by bopping into it a little bit more. And eventually, it'll fall over, and we have the option to possess the plague rat. And it will change our stats, as you can see over here. With each of these stats, you can mouse over it to see what it does. It'll increase your damage in some way or another. It'll increase your chances of damage, of critical damage and whatnot. Increase your defense, increase your constitution. All that good stuff. It decreases some other things, but we're just going to do it. And now, we're a rat. And we have learned one of the rat's abilities because we are a rat, which is envenom. We are now capable of poisoning any enemy we find using a little bit of mana. The game sort of works similar to games like Dungeons of Dreadmore in that you can press space or R to rest up and get some of your mana back that way. And we're just going to bop around and try to destroy some more rats, because if you look in the bottom left of the screen, you can see a little experience bar going up. One is just our regular experience for just all of our forms, because we can also possess other enemies. And there's also a form points experience bar. Form points will level up the form. Right now we are leveling up our rat, and we will be able to get more rat abilities. If we press control, we can see the sword, which this rat just dropped, because that's what rats do. And we can equip it in our little rat hand to fight off enemies a little bit more efficiently. Now, because we're just hanging out over here, right now we're mostly going to be fighting rats. The game's also nice enough to change the music a little bit whenever there's an enemy nearby, so it gets a little bit louder. So if you're not paying attention, suddenly the music will be louder and you'll have an idea what's going on. And we're just going to try and destroy everyone. Also, once you've possessed an enemy, it will suddenly have a health bar. You'll know how much health these types of enemies have. They all have the same amount of health, I guess. And eventually we level up. This is just our regular level up, so this just counts as basically our imp, and we can improve our violence and cruelty and adamancy and whatnot. It's basically damage, luck, defense, and just general HP and mana and whatnot. We're just going to put everything into violence and move on. Now eventually we are going to find other enemies, but I'd rather level up my form as well, because we are actually capable of using the abilities from other forms while we're an imp, but also while we're other creatures, if we have actually leveled up the rat. So right now we have just learned another ability. If we go to this little menu, we can see Underfoot, which increases our stealth by 10 passively. So that's just always active right now. And there's also a bat right there. So first of all, we're just going to kill this rat, get him over with. And now we're just going to use... first we're going to rest up a bit, because possessing an enemy does cost a little bit of mana. So we're going to use possess now. And now we are going to start the battle with this bat, who has various abilities that this little guy does not. So we're just going to keep bopping into him until this bat falls over. And as you can see, our stats change once more. Now if you possess an enemy, it will fill your health bar to full for whatever that form is. Our rat had 20 health, this one has 17, but we only have 10 health remaining. We can also pick up a potion and a shield. The shield we can equip to our offhand and get some extra stats. Potions, they do set things, but they don't immediately show you what they do, which is kind of unfortunate. But that's just how the potions in this game work. Also, there's an equipped forms thing. If you're an imp, you can equip, I think, the abilities of up to 3 different forms if you have possessed them. But because we're a vampire bat, we can only choose between one. And because we only have, possessed a plague rat so far, we're just going to do that. We look a little bit darker, and we now have the access to the envenom ability, because we have we unlocked that with our rat. And because we are a bat, we also have access to an ability called Life Leech, which is a ranged attack. And the ranged attack is quite nice. It heals us up whenever we use it, and obviously that's really nice. It's pretty much the only like way we have right now to heal ourselves up as well. So if we start running low, we can start using that to gain some of our health back, but it does cost mana to use. So we do need to consider that as well. Need to be careful with our resting to make sure that we have mana available. And we're just going to kill a whole bunch of stuff. This rat, for some reason, contained all the equipment in the world. So we're just going to equip our armor and get some extra resistance. Equip this axe, which seems to have some cool stuff. Would actually quite like if it basically did the Diablo thing, where if you mouse over this item, it shows you like a comparison between this item and your current item equipped. But, you know, it's in beta. Who knows what's going to be added to the final version of this game. And we're just going to wobble around some more. Eventually we'll find some stairs and we'll actually go to the next floor. But for now, we're just going to be bopping some bats and rats and whatnot. We're finding a lot of items right now. We can actually throw them on the floor as well when our inventory like runs out of space. But for now, we're fine. Also, I should mention that the first time you play this game, you're going to get a lot of messages. A lot of messages that tell you like how to play the game, what you should do when you level up. And overall, it's like pretty helpful. The only real like thing I thought was kind of silly is that with pretty much every message there's like a show the full message button, and I don't think that needs to be there because it's just an extra click with every single message, and you're gonna want to read all of them anyway, and you might as well show the entire thing immediately. I don't think you need to show that partially first and then click it to make it more readable. But that's just my cup of tea, I suppose. We're just going to move on. We found a whole bunch of stuff. This one does magic damage and also has some other stuff equipped to it. But since we're just bopping everyone in the face right now with our bat face, we're just not going to worry about magic and whatnot. And instead, we are just going to just be destroying everyone with our battle axe or whatever it is. Doing a pretty good job at that. And we just learned an ability as a bat. I don't know which one. We just learned Innocuous, which increases our stealth passively by 20%. So that is nice. And we just gonna move on. Let's see if we can find some more enemies to destroy. Eventually we'll find the staircase and we'll move on to the next level. And eventually we'll also run into some other enemy types as well. Right now we've really only been seeing bats and rats, and after a while you've seen about as many rats and bats as you want to see. But let's use Life Leech on that guy. He just instantly died and we healed back a little bit of health, which is obviously nice. It does have a chance of missing. It also has a chance of like not working. Well, I guess not working very well is kind of wrong. It has like a chance of not actually killing the enemy, so they have a chance to hit you afterwards, which is kind of sad when that happens, but there you go. Also, that rat just poisoned me, which was not very nice either. But I quite like the way the colors change when you have like several forms combined as well, because it just makes your character look a little bit different. And pretty much when you combine any form with one another, it'll look a little bit different right now. And it does some cool stuff with the colors, and I like it when games do that. I like pretty things, and I want to see as many pretty things as possible. And the animation is fairly simplistic right now, but I'm kind of like infinitely amused by how it like everyone just bops around. So I don't know if it's gonna stay that way or if that's gonna change, but honestly I quite like it right now how we're just bopping around. Even as a bat, we're not flying, we're just bopping, and it just works for me. I just like to see things bop, really. And we just got some nice boots. These ones seem to be better than the boots we have, so we're just going to equip those and move on. I think we've actually... Did we level up our form? No, we still have some form points going on, so we're just going to keep that up. And we're going to look for the staircase, which is somewhere. It's hiding out somewhere over here. And we'll find it eventually. I'm guessing it might be in this direction. But I want to find the stronger enemy type, so we do need to find that staircase. I don't think... There might not be other enemy types in this place, or maybe just one or two of them or something like that. Just because it's like the first level and they want to like start it off a little bit slow. So obviously they don't want to immediately, like not immediately send in the big guns and just destroy you instantly. That would be a little bit rude. But you know, it is a video game, so they're allowed to do whatever they want. We're going to use Life Leech, and he used Life Leech back, so that was not really the most productive use of our time. And now you can see the little star to the like the bottom left, which shows that we have actually mastered this form. So now it might actually be a better idea to try and like possess a rat instead, because we haven't actually mastered all the abilities of that form, and then it would be a little bit better. Also, we probably gained a skill from doing that. Dive, attack, and we actually have everything. Oh no, we have hard target. So I'm actually gonna get rid of Innocuous, I think, which is I believe a skill from the rat, maybe? I'm not sure. Maybe it's just because we have 4 skills because we're like a bat and it just has a lot of skills. We have hard target. And hard target. What did it actually do? I didn't actually even check. Let's see what it actually does. Hard target. +5 evasion. Well, that's a possibility. But possibilities are important too. We need those. And we are going to possess that rat because I want to... For one, I want to learn the rat skills, obviously. But for two, it has some more strength. And we have... we've got some good stuff going on. Plus, we can equip our vampire bat abilities as well. We're now entirely green, which looks really awesome, actually. I quite like the way this looks. So that is cool stuff right there. And we immediately learned a new ability. We learned Scurry, which like equips the haste buff and lets us do a little bit more actions per turn, which is obviously quite nice. I'm not going to use it immediately, but it is our first ability which requires stamina to use instead of mana. So it's kind of nice that we have sort of a combination of things going on right now, that we don't only need mana for all of our abilities. And here is another enemy type which we haven't seen before. It is the zombie. And since we have actually fully leveled this rat now as well, I'm just going to immediately use our possess ability on this little dude over here. And zombies are jerks. They're not friendly. And we're actually going to rest up over here on its saw, so that's kind of unfortunate. But zombies, they hurt a lot when they hit. And they are very slow, so we got that going for us. But God, they hurt a lot when they hit. So I'm going to use Scurry on myself. And I'm going to use Life Leech. Apparently I can do that from here. But we can hit him, and then we can just move one square, and then we can hit him again and move one square. And zombies have a chance of poisoning you when you're doing physical damage, which is not so great when that happens. But we managed to avoid it, I think. And we can turn into the zombie now, which has more strength. It's just not as fast. I don't think there's actually a speed stat, so it might just be the zombie. It's also possible that the speed stat is just not shown on screen. Both are entirely possible. It's going to put more points into violence because I only care about damage. And we're going to use the Vampire Bat's abilities because the Life Leech ability is very strong. We also have the Body Slam ability right now because we are a zombie, and that's just how it does. But yeah, right now we're green because we have the Vampire. If we were Plague Rat, we're like brown, and it looks pretty cool. Switching equip forms inflict soul fatigue. Like, this is what I mean with the more button, and it doesn't really need to be there when it only shows like slightly more of the message. So it's like, I don't know about that, but alright. To clear soul fatigue, take on a new form. First stack of soul fatigue has no effect. Every raises all your stats by 5%. Ugh. That's not so great, obviously. So we're gonna try and avoid that. I guess we're just gonna be a rat for now, which is fine. Because yeah, we don't wanna lose too many of our stats. Obviously, that wouldn't be so great. I wonder where the staircase is though. Like, eventually we should be running into a staircase which will take us to the next level, and right now we're just not finding it. It is very well hidden this day. We're just not going in the right direction, but that's just how it goes sometimes in these kind of games. Sometimes you go in every wrong direction first before you reach the next level. Now, I will say the next level looks pretty similar to this one. It's mostly just like a color change. I don't know if that's going to change or if like the later levels look drastically different or not. I don't know. Because like I've only really played about 15 to 20 minutes of this game, so all I've really seen is like the first couple of levels. So I don't know what's going to happen with the later levels. There is an itch.io page which shows off the various things they have planned, I believe, like planned features. Right now they have like a whole bunch of different monsters already, so that's pretty cool. And just a whole bunch of different abilities you can combine that way, and just a general idea what they're going to do with the game as well, which is pretty neat, obviously. And I believe the general idea of the game is that you're just trying to get as strong of a monster as possible so that you may eventually become like the end boss of the dungeon, which I quite like. I like that idea because I don't remember games that have done that before. There may have been games that have done that before, but I don't recall them, so it doesn't matter. I don't even care. We're going to use haste on myself, actually. That might actually work out quite well with this dude. And again, because we have possessed this dude before, we can see his health bar. We're actually hitting now, which is kind of nice. We're not doing too much damage, but every now and then we're doing a critical strike, I guess, maybe, which is why we're dealing so much damage there. Not really sure what happened there, but either way, it worked out quite well. And we're just going to keep destroying, like, various enemies. At some point, I should probably depossess just to get rid of the soul fatigue. I'm guessing that's what that does. Is that what it does? I like all the tooltips, by the way, because the tooltips are very, very helpful. They give you a pretty good idea what's going on. And it makes the game less confusing, which is always nice, obviously. So we're just going to keep moving on. And this is the staircase I was talking about. Here we can go into the next level, which, you know, it's a little bit of a color change. And we're just going to wobble around. I'm not actually sure how long the beta is. We're probably also not going to see all of it because, you know, I mostly just want to show off the game. Right now it's in beta and it's on Steam Greenlight and it's on itch.io and all that good stuff. And there'll be a whole bunch of links in the description which show it all off. Also, when we lose all of our health when we're in a different form, we will just forcefully be thrown, like, back to our imp form. So that's one thing to consider as well. We just learned Shambler, which decreased our speed. So there is a speed stat somewhere over there. But it does increase all of our other stuff, like, quite good. But we're gonna, like, just deform, get ourselves some health and mana back that way. We're just gonna equip all the different forms that we have. Because we can. And we look like this right now. Look at how scary we look right now. We have so many abilities available to us. Most importantly, like Life Leech right now, obviously. But there you go. And I'm going to possess this guy when we can. One thing which I've forgotten many times while playing this game is actually pressing the possess button. And that's mostly just my own fault for being dumb. But still, it's a thing that happens quite often with me. Which I'm kind of glad it hasn't happened during this video yet. But we're just going to look for the next, like, different enemy type, and I think after that I'm just going to say go play this game. The beta is entirely free to download. There's, like, going to be a link in the description, and there's links everywhere, and links are awesome. Also, it actually remembers the various combinations of form you've combined. So if I now, like, go into a rat form, it'll remember what other form I have attached to it, so that's also quite nice. And I like that. I'm actually going to get rid of the Plague Rat and use Vampire Bat instead, even though this might give me some soul fatigue, which I obviously don't want, but I want that Life Leech. It's so good. It heals me very nicely, and I like not being too dead. That's kind of nice when that's a thing. I also am kind of amused by having a dive attack as a zombie, which I'm not really sure how that works, but you know, video games, everything's possible if you believe. But yeah, we're just going to wobble around. Eventually, we're going to find another enemy type. I know it's hanging out here somewhere because I have played the second level of this, and I remember that enemy type just destroying me. So I want to at least show it off and have it most likely destroy me again. But let's just skip these enemies for now and just move on. The remaining, actually, the remaining abilities we learn, I remember seeing one in a trailer that I've not actually seen in the game yet. So I wonder if it's actually implemented yet because I kind of want to try it out. So let's just kill this dude. Try to level up our form a little bit more. How much more do we need? Like 1 point? Yeah, 14 out of 15. So I think if we kill that bat, we're probably going to have that unlocked. And that would be kind of neat. Because I want it. So Life Leech. And he tried it a lot of times because his speed is way higher than mine. Let's see. Infection. A normal physical attack will raise the enemy as a zombie minion if they are killed by it. So, I mean, that sounds awesome. Like a zombie minion? Like, how cool is that? I want to have zombie minions, and now we have the capability of having those. As long as we manage to kill an enemy with this attack, I guess. So, do we need mana for this or stamina? I guess, like, the sort of gray abilities might just be stamina, and the green ones might be... No, that's stamina as well. I don't know how it works. It might just be, like, form-related, what color it is, I suppose. So, let's use Infection on this rat. And look at that, it's a zombie now. I guess it died in one hit. And can we, like, get it to attack this dude? Is it just going to do it automatically, maybe? Or is it just going to hang out and just sit there? I guess this dude's not that interested with my general shenanigans. I don't know if that's, like, implemented yet or anything, or if there's just something I needed to press there, but oh well. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to move on. At least we have an ability that allows us to do that. Also, we found a ring, which is nice. I'm actually just going to use all my potions randomly. And the moment you've used a potion once, it'll tell you later on what it does. This one drains stamina, so that's not so great. And this one, poisonous, I think. So we got poison, we got plus 30 stealth, which is pretty cool. And everything, rot. I guess that's just a zombie thing. And I guess this might be a potion, minus 30 stealth. Well, there we go. And we get more stealth and we're on an inform as well, so that's actually kind of cool. And inevitably we can learn some other abilities as this creature as well, because there is still the form experience thing over there. I'm just trying to find, like, that enemy I was talking about, but every enemy we find is the same thing right now, because that's just also the way this game does things, I suppose. Like, it doesn't put all the new enemies, like, right next to each other, because you'll probably just end up being dead if you have to fight all the new strong enemies at once. I'm genuinely surprised I won that, honestly. I did not deserve to win that battle, but somehow I managed to do it. I should also put some points into these things. Put some more points into violence, because clearly it's the best stat and it must be leveled forever. But I'm guessing if we go in this direction, we should eventually find cool extra enemy types that we haven't seen yet. I would also like if I don't die to this random bat, but, you know, fate determines these things, unfortunately. I'm just gonna hit him and hope I don't die. Minus 30 stealth, I don't particularly want that, obviously. Just gonna possess that little dude over there, get some of my mana back, and hope that it didn't get rid of the possessed thing. I don't actually know how that would work, but let's see if it does anything. Life leech on 3. And we kind of depossess him, which makes our stats seem mostly the same, which is fair enough. We're nice and green right now. I'm actually going to use a zombie to see what... Oh, look at this rat. This is like a proper looking rat right now, like a proper, like, scary one. And that's the enemy type I was talking about. That's the one that kind of worried me, because I have just been eviscerated by this dude, and it's not so nice when it happens. But, God, I really love how our rat looks right now, so I'm pretty happy about that. But this dude... I'm actually going to try and possess him. Might as well try. And use... where... Do we not have a... Oh, yeah, it's 1. Can we poison a skeleton? I'm not sure. Might as well try, I guess. Body slam it? Sure. Oh, we actually managed to kill it. And, like, this increases our stats by so much. Now we're a skeleton. Like, what do we have right now? Rust. Attack, which has a 20% chance to poison your foe for a whole bunch of time. And also, apparently, like, we have the thing over there. So I'm just going to equip it with a vampire bat. Mixes a green skeleton. And we can just kind of sort of keep going like this. So that's the game. I really like the premise of this. I would like to see more of this game. And when it's eventually released, I might just end up playing it. Because it's just an interesting, like, concept to me. And I kind of want to see where it goes. Apparently, there's some sort of a mortipede. Which, okay. That's a thing, apparently. I'm going to use rust on him. Which, you know, we just bop him. But there we go. We managed to kill it. And we had a good day in the end. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm just going to see if there's an enemy I can kill myself with. We found some more enemy types, which I actually hadn't seen before. I hadn't actually seen the mortipede before. So there you go. We're just going to run into it mindlessly. I have apparently resisted fear from the mortipede. This skeleton is just like a destroyer of world right now. Doing a pretty damn good job at getting rid of all the enemies pretty much with... relative ease. I guess because we're a skeleton, we can just very easily dodge things or something. I don't know. Either way, it's working out for us. And I don't mind that at all. Like, nothing. Like, we're just not getting killed. I guess I might as well see how far I can go before I just get destroyed by some sort of super strong enemy. Oh, God, this is like a dude in knight's armor right now. That's not good. I mean, if we don't get killed by that, then I don't know what's going on. Then this form is just overpowered. I'm actually tempted to, like, actually do this and try and kill him. Pop. And then possess him. So we get healed. And then try to possess this knighted dude. And see how strong this guy... Oh my god, he deals so much damage. Oh, this is not gonna happen, but let's try it anyway. Oh my god! Dude, this increases all of our stats. All of our stats were increased from doing that. And we're finding better gear. You're actually doing a pretty good job at surviving, even though I'm playing really recklessly. A ghost, apparently, which is an armor master. And let's combine it with zombie to make it look like a regular knight instead. Yeah, I really like the way this game handles colors, honestly. I really do. Because it's such a simple thing, but it just make like the combinations more visible. It makes it more visible what you've actually combined with. And it just does a really good job of showing it off, in my opinion. Even if it's just done in such a simple way. And I really enjoy that. I like that a lot. And eventually we'll get killed. Because now we're actually finding quite a lot of enemies which are all just trying to kill us. And I think that's going to be the end of it. There we go. You have died. Game over. I really like this game. And I'd like to see it sort of progress into a full game. And eventually be released. And maybe go through Greenlight and all that good stuff. And I hope you guys sort of agree with it. Maybe you don't. Who knows? It's all your opinion. I'm not you. Apparently we still had some stamina left even though we were dead. But there you go. Midboss. Pretty neat. I would recommend playing the beta of this game at some point. It's free. You might as well. And I think it's like $7 on itch.io right now. I think that's the right price. I don't know if that stays that way or not. But currently it's like a $7 pre-order sort of bonus, I suppose. Pre-purchase. Pre-release, I don't know. But either way, it's kind of neat. And I sort of recommend it. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I hope to see you guys next time. Bye-bye.